Hey Daddy Gang, today's episode is sponsored by Patron 100% additive-free tequila. Unlike other tequila brands, Patron keeps their tequila simple. Patron believes that the best tequila is made with no additives, and I completely agree. There are no secret sweeteners, no added coloring, no extracts. Just 100% agave tequila, baby. And you know what pairs perfectly with Patron's all-natural tequila? Unwell hydration, baby. So Daddy Gang, stick around because at the end of this episode, I am going to be making a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous cocktail with Patron tequila. Patron, 100% additive-free tequila. To learn more, visit www.patrontequila.com.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Chase Crawford, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you for having me, Alex. Yeah.
I am so excited to meet you. Okay, you have to tell a little bit of the backstory, though, because you were just telling me downstairs that you kind of were a fan and, like, I need to hype myself up.
I was. Listen, I'm a little bit nervous right now because I'm so excited, Alex. No, I was telling you, I'm like, maybe I save it for the podcast, but I'm an OG Daddy fan.
Let's fucking go.
I'd be like, walking my dog. I always listen to podcasts. I was like, who are these? You guys are giving insane advice. And it was amazing because you weren't giving like just this cliche rote advice to women. Right. You're like, fuck it. This is how we're seeing. This is what's the guys we're seeing in New York, like, or whatever, right? And I lived in New York, obviously. So, but you guys are like, this is how we're seeing it. This is the real stuff we're going to give out. This is how you play it. This is our advice. This is what works for us. And I thought it was the best thing. I laughed. I thought it was amazing. I would listen to like full podcast.
Oh, so you've really
I was entertained by the whole thing. Yeah, I'm OG. I love your new stuff. I love all the stuff.
Oh, you were all the way back in like the blowjob tips. Like you were
Yeah, exactly. All this stuff. I couldn't turn it off. I'm like, this is amazing. This is great.
You're giving everyone the information that the world needs. It's the hard-hitting facts. I appreciate you sharing that. Also picturing you like walking your dog, being like, that was like the funniest shit in the OG days when it was so graphic that people would be like, my AirPods got disconnected. I'm at work. And it's like, you have to suck the living shit out. And she's like, fucking shit.
Just connects to Bluetooth.
Literally.
I'd be like walking my dog, just very like thinking, very like, wow, like, oh my God.
What a great point.
This is awesome.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Shopify. Now is your time to build on a hobby or establish a global empire. Daddy Gang, if there is one thing I know about being an entrepreneur, it's that the path is very unpredictable. Luckily, Shopify will have your back at any stage, no matter what happens. Shopify is a commerce platform that allows you to start, grow, and manage a business. Whether you have a side hustle that you're passionate about or you're running a multi-million-dollar empire, I see you, and you can do it all on Shopify. I know when I started my own business, I had no idea how much we were going to grow. And I've learned that it is super important to find partners that you can rely on at any size. The platform also makes widespread reach possible by allowing users to tag and sell products globally across all major social media platforms. Shopify works to fit your needs, and it's catered to you. There are tons of fun themes to choose from, and it's easy to use drag and drop edit. Shopify is behind so many brands that we all know and love. Millions of people in over 170 countries are using the platform, and you can too. Daddy Gang, it's time to build your brand. Head to shopify.com/daddy to see how easy it is to start your business today.
I'm really interested because every time I meet people, I have no idea what to expect. Like with you, I was interested to know, like, is he going to be extroverted? Is he going to be introverted? Like, would you say in your life you're an extroverted person?
I'm weird. I am. I'm both.
Okay.
I know that's like a lame answer, but
no,
like
it's a normal answer.
I'm very much like I compartmentalize things. I can really like go out and like let loose, and I'm very social, and I can be loud and have fun.
Yeah.
But I like my alone time, I like my own bed, and like I'm sort of a closet reader and a nerd, and like my dog, I like my alone time. So yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's like a little rescue. He's like a little. They lied to us at the rescue place. It was like I share him with an ex-girlfriend actually. So
your one of those.
I'm one of those.
Oh my God, Chase, I'm judging you so hard.
I know.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's all about him, though. It's all about the dog.
No, that's fucking bullshit. Wait, that's like a full problem. When you meet someone new and you have to be like, this is like our child.
I know. It's not even, I mean, she's got a fiance. It's not even like, I know. I don't think it's a weird thing at all. People think it's the funniest thing. I'm like, it actually is the only way to have a dog. In fact,
no.
Me and a cast member recently, she wanted a dog. I'm like, you want to get a dog together? I know how this goes.
That is actually mentally insane.
It's insane.
So you have to see her constantly.
Not as often as you think. She does have a key to my house, and so a lot of times. Worse. I know it's getting worse. Listen, it's not that big of a deal. A lot of times I'll just I flew out last week to go work in Toronto. I'm like, hey. His name's Shiner, after a Texas beer. Very stupid. I'm like, Shiner's in the house. Just go in there and take him. And she just goes and picks him up. I'm not even there. But sometimes, we're still like friends and cordial. Yeah. It's great.
So imagine you're like in there on a date with the dog and she comes to pick it up and has the key. Like you have to describe that to new women. Like, listen, it's nothing other than just for the dog's happiness. Like we share her.
Right. I'd never let that happen, I guess. I drop him off sometimes. She lives close by me and whatnot.
What if a girl said, like, I can't do this unless you guys give up the dog?
Oh, this girl's gone. I mean, this dog takes precedent. I think I might love that dog more than my future child.
Chase, oh my God.
I mean, I'm not even kidding. I will die for that dog.
I'm a dog mom
That's
too.
That's how
so
that happens. They get you like that. They really get
I get
you,
it. I get it. How would your friends describe you to like someone that they wanted to set you up with? Like, how are your friends describing you?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a very good question. Outgoing, funny, hopefully. I'd like to think I can cook a little bit. But if they were being honest, I don't know. Maybe, he's a bad texter. Maybe I'm not that. I'm being honest. I'm not that great.
I think that's a good sign, though. I think if you treat a woman really well in person, and then sometimes you're not a bad texter, but you're open about it,
right?
Like, that's okay. Like Matt, my partner, is like my husband is like not. He is not a good texter at all. In the beginning days, I was like, does he fucking hate me?
Yeah, totally.
But now I know I like appreciate it that he's not on his phone 24/7 being one of those freaks. Like, are you on your phone though 24/7? You're just not texting back?
I'm not. No. Okay. I like to leave it. It's always on vibrate. I still like to be always attached to it.
Okay.
And so
that's good.
But then I'll overthink. I have like a little anxiety. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So sometimes I literally forget to like form a response. I'm like, I got to get back to that. So I'll forget about it, and it's terrible. And that's kind of how I am. I'm a little scattered with the texting.
But do you think that's your biggest red flag? Like, you're just a bad texter. What else? What's
another red flag? I'd like to think I got green flags. No, let me think. My exes, maybe in my 20s, might say I'm bad at communicating, so that kind of ties in. But I've learned.
You've gotten better.
Yeah,
You've gotten better.
Late 30s now. I've gotten better, so I'm more vulnerable. I'm good.
Yeah. We love a vulnerable man that can tap into his emotions and his feelings.
Totally.
What are you doing on a Saturday night with your friends?
Oh, that's a good question. Usually, what did I do last weekend? Like my buddy, like this next Saturday, he does 60. He does these big like lunches at Jelena in Venice.
Yeah.
We all bring a bottle of wine, but it's like 6 hours. So and he prefaced it with that, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it 6 hours.
Jesus Christ.
And it went by like that. So we do these little like lunches with random different people. He's kind of in the food industry as a chef. Yeah. So we kind of like have these interesting
Are you getting like annoyed when you're out? Like, are you getting noticed all the time everywhere you go?
No, it depends. I'm not like, I'm not like DiCaprio level where it's like this. I kind of have a nice pocket where it's fun to get recognized for the Gossip Girl thing still.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is like still been this like 3 different waves of Netflix. I don't know how it keeps coming around, but it's the same age, female is always like so excited. So I do get it sometimes in more touristy spots like Venice or in New York or somewhere kind of where there's more people from all over the place. Yeah,
it's fun that you have like a good attitude about it, because I can imagine like I've talked to people before on my show about like people that have done so much in their career, but there's this one thing that people are like, we just can't get past it. Like for you, it's Gossip Girl. For
really?
Oh my God, for other people, it's like The OC. Like I know you've talking like Rachel Bilson. Like
totally, yeah.
It's like she's done so much in her career, but there's the one thing that people are like, can we just talk about this for 19 hours? And it's like, you can either just be positive about it or like fucking hate it. But like, it's what made you super famous.
Right.
And it's kind of fun for all of us to like indulge a little bit.
I mean, when you're young in your 20s, it's like, I'm like, you try, everything's so precious. Like, I want to be like Marlon Brando. Like I was so annoyed by Gossip Girl. Right. And like even the name, I like hate it. Dude, it's great. It's the greatest thing. Yeah, it's like it's this weird cultural thing of the zeitgeist of that time too, like pre-Instagram, pre all these things. Like the first iPhone had just come out. Like it was such a weird, amazing time in New York.
It's fucking amazing.
When were you in New York? Were you in New York?
I was in New York, right? I'm a little younger, so I was like, New York for me was just as crazy, but like I had my fucking iPhone and it wasn't as fun. Like I remember college more when I was watching Gossip Girl, and like high school, I was like obsessed with it because I grew up on the East Coast. I knew the nature of New York City.
Totally.
But I didn't come from like a wealthy family. So like I was like with the fucking Humphreys. I would have been down in like,
I mean, even the Humphreys are in this like loft space. It's like a $20 million, like that's all BS. Like that's like,
that's what I was like. I can't afford shit. What the fuck? My first apartment in New York City was quite literally a shoebox. And I'm like, yeah, it's not looking so glamorous, but you still go out and you can still go to the similar places. That's what I love about New York is like, you can go to where DiCaprio is or whoever the fuck. And New York is cool like that, where LA is a little bit more snooty, where it's like, you can't get in here. Where New York, it's like anyone can get in anywhere.
And they'll treat me like it's kind of nice because everyone is like way too cool for school in Los Angeles. Like, they don't give a shit about anything.
At all.
They won't even like look at me like at the thing. I'm like, okay, listen, I can't even get Lakers tickets to save my life. Everyone wants it. But the Knicks, they would always give me Knicks tickets and Rangers, baby. So yeah, that's it.
Fucking amazing.
Shout out to them.
We're going to talk a little bit more obviously about Gossip Girl at some point, but I do want to talk to you about your childhood because obviously you're this, like, you became this heartthrob. Your life changed, I think around like 22-ish was Gossip Girl.
Yeah, 21, 22. You're right. Yeah.
So like before that, like how would you describe your childhood?
It was interesting. I was born in Lubbock, small town, Texas. Not much going on out there. I kind of woke up. I was in Oklahoma City. First memories, so random. Parents are from there. Dad's from there. My parents met there at a very small, like religious college there. So Oklahoma City, and listen, my parents had me when they were like 20 and 21. So that's, a very, very Southern thing. Yeah. I mean, they were still growing up as we were. I can't imagine having like a 15-year-old right now. No. So they were young. My dad was in med school. What happened? We moved to Minnesota for 4 years for his med school, and then we moved back to Texas when I was like 9 or 10 years old in Dallas. I'm from Dallas, so like North Dallas, a little bit suburbia, a little bit out there in the sticks, but more suburbia,
Were you raised religious?
Yeah, basically.
Same.
Yeah. Were you?
Oh my God. It was tough because obviously I can't imagine being from the South and being raised religious. Like I was raised Catholic every single Sunday going to church, and I was from Pennsylvania. So it wasn't like probably as intense maybe as like adding on the South.
Right.
But it was just confusing because I always felt more like pulled to the arts and like pulled to these things that just like weren't as traditional.
Me too.
Right?
Yes.
And so you just kind of feel like a fucking weirdo, and you feel like art naturally like pushes the boundaries on conversations.
Right.
And when you're raised religious, it's a little bit like, what are you doing here? Like you're like coloring outside the lines. And if you were raised in Los Angeles, it's like, go sweetie, you're doing great. So it's like, it's just a matter of where you were raised. Like, was it hard for you with like, when did you know you wanted to get into the arts?
I was like an artistic kid, actually. I was always drawing and stuff. I never wanted to be an actor. I had no idea about acting or any of it. I know it's like that shitty story that's like no one wants to hear.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I was very naive about the acting thing. When there was like this secular world, right? That's like, even I was sort of a bit policed on what music I was listening to and, all these other things. It kind of makes you feel just claustrophobic in a way, right? I remember like always really wanting to just travel or just get out of the bubble and meet new people and go out and do that. But I was a pretty good drawer and like charcoal and like a little bit of painting when I was like, like middle school. I started kind of, I was good for like a sixth grader.
Picasso
okay.
Over
like
here.
good for like a kid. Yeah. Good for like 100 kids in my grade. Okay. I was like the best artist out of like 100 kids in Dallas.
Right.
No. But so my parents did kind of like foster that a little bit. They let me, I went into like photography classes and those are my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
So
did you ever have an awkward phase?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh my God.
I should have. Yeah, I wish I had a picture of me in like sixth grade with the Abercrombie and the puka and like, I'm talking full highlight cap, like my mom highlighting my hair through the noodle cap.
But wasn't that like low-key hot at the time?
Yeah, I thought. I mean, we all thought so.
The puka shell was like, if a guy was wearing a puka shell, I'm like, you were the fucking shit. Like you had confidence. Wait, why were you awkward?
I just was awkward. I wasn't good at talking to girls. I had no idea. Like, you think like 1 + 1 = 2 at that time. You like a girl, they're supposed to like you back. And when the first girl did not like me back at all, I was like, oh shit. Like, I was like, okay. I guess I didn't even really come into my personality until like middle of high school, I would think.
I think that's kind of normal though. I feel like boys either are just like so outgoing and loud and like kind of annoying as shit. Right. Or there's like the little artsy guys that like blossom eventually.
I was a little bit more in that vein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What were your friends like?
So I had some good friends. They were kind of geeky, outdoorsy, like go-karts and bikes and like just little like all, outside doing, sports is a big like, Texas thing. So like it's gotten even worse. Like every weekend is like insane. Sports for kids, and it's just this whole.
And you didn't play football?
Thing. I did, but not like Friday Night Lights football. It wasn't like the Panthers. It wasn't like
weren't Tim Riggins.
I love Kitch. He's a buddy. But I actually auditioned for that show and didn't get the quarterback, and I was devastated at the time. Yeah.
Oh my God! And you must have been like wanting that too, because being from Texas, that kind of been like a full circle fun moment.
Oh, devastated! Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's so bad. But it didn't work out. But,
so you didn't get it in real life, and you didn't get in acting.
No, yeah, scarred forever. Yeah. I was definitely not. My dad was like, you're probably not gonna go over 6 foot. So let's
No.
He was like, let's maybe stick to golf and something easy. Yeah.
Golf.
Yeah.
Tell me about golf, because I'm going to be honest. When I think back to high school and I think about the guys, I'm not, I'm not gravitating toward the golfers. However, I feel like they figured, no, listen, now in hindsight, if I have a son one day, I'm like, get your fucking ass into golf. Okay?
Right.
Those are the guys that like get the scholarships and are smart and have their life figured out and just like look put together, where like the meatheads, like God bless them, but like where are they today?
I know. I mean, you can keep playing golf throughout your life. And I'm not even like, I feel like it seems like I play in these little charity things that they invite me to. And like, so I'm like, but I'm not that big of a golfer. I played growing up because I just wasn't going to be big enough for football. So that was sort of the impetus there.
Can you imagine if you had gotten Friday Night Lights?
It would have been totally different. Because the next year I got the Gossip Girl thing, so it would have been totally
oh my God,
different.
Either like you playing football or you being like trust fund Mr. Swab in New York City.
Yeah.
I feel like that fit you well. Not that you could have done football, okay? I want you to know I would have accepted that role too. But I think it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Right.
Okay, wait. So you got denied by a girl. Did you ever go to prom?
I did go to prom, yeah.
How did you do a promposal? Come on.
Oh, I actually ended up going. One of my best friends in high school was this girl, Alyssa Weldon. Love her. We called her Whoopi. So we used to like go to prom together just because I had a girlfriend from a different, that's right, I had a girlfriend from a different school. And there was like a thing where the girls didn't want you. It was just like, if you can't bring a girlfriend to school. So I want to bring my friend Whoopi, and we tore it up. Me and Whoopi tore it up. Yeah,
she
good
was
for
great.
You. So that was it.
Do you remember the first time you drank?
Yeah, I do actually. I do.
Tell us the story.
It was
come on.
Back of a Honda Prius.
No.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. Or no. It was a grab bag thing. It was Mike's Hard Lemonade and Smirnoff. No, let's say Smirnoff or like Zima or something like that. But it was Mike's Hard Lemonade and Smirnoff. I think I had one of each.
Whoa.
But it was one of those things where you don't know if you're drunk and you don't know how to act. So you act drunker than you are. I think I'm feeling great. Like you like try and like, dude, it's just water. We fucked with you. It's just water.
But you're not even like fucking tipsy, but you're like,
no,
guys, things are really starting to feel different. And nothing is different. We're just driving and it's like moving a little bit. Okay, calm the fuck down.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so like you had like an okay experience, because I feel like to say that you had that for your first drink, like I was like going into my parents' liquor cabinet and like grabbing like a disgusting brandy and like holding my nose and like vomiting back into the bottle and just trying to get like a couple sips. You had a nice little Mike's Hard.
No, I had a bad moment with vanilla. I think it was vanilla Coke or vanilla Sky. It was like something vanilla flavored. Ruined it forever.
That'll
do it.
So that's your drink?
That was my bad moment. It was like Coke and some vanilla. Like vanilla Coke, some mixed with vodka. Bad night.
You can never now not drink that and think of that, right?
No, and it was great because then I just kind of would like, I switched to beer. As one does in Texas, you switch to some beer. So
Abercrombie and Fitch. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're like, I was so awkward. I'm like, you were an Abercrombie and Fitch boy?
No, I worked there. I worked behind the counter. I was like doing the numbers.
You still had to be hot. You still had to be hot and cool. Like you still had to have a thing going.
I lied about my age too, because I thought it was like cool to be picked. Like, would you work here? And I was like, yeah, maybe. Like, yeah, give me an application, and I was like lied on the application.
To all the Gen Z people that are listening that may have like no idea about the 2000s Abercrombie craze, can you just describe what it was like to work there?
You have no idea. First of all, okay, you get to the mall, you walk in, you can smell that store from any entrance point in the mall, right? Woods cologne. I can smell it and I can taste it right now thinking about it. The Woods.
It's kind of disgusting.
They probably still have it. God.
Yep.
And then, as I'm getting closer, I can hear the same fucking mix that they've been playing on repeat for 48 hours. I can like know this song, and now I probably love every song on there. But like, it's the same thing. You get in there, there's like greeters standing there, sometimes shirtless. Back in the day, I mean,
you were never one of those.
I was never one of those. They tried to actually. I had enough, at least self dignity, like respect back. And they were like, I'm a math guy. Like, put me behind the register. So, and the time went by way faster. I was not a greeter, but you get there, you might be introduced by some shirtless guys, and then and there's all these photographs. He's like those Bruce Weber, like black and white photographs. You know, those were kind of the iconic thing that made it so.
Yeah.
At the time, that was very like racy and like.
Oh, it was like because we got like a little bit of penis lines going on like the boys' side, and like the girls' side was like these abs, and I was like, I literally don't even have tits right now.
And they're like 25 years old, right?
Completely, completely.
Like, not like high school kids.
And the smell, I was thinking about it though. I'm like, Hollister was 10 times worse because you had to walk in there with a flashlight. They turned all the lights off, and it was like a madhouse, like and you're literally like grabbing clothes and you're just checking out. It was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, I worked at both. I worked at Hollister too for a summer. It was terrible. It was awful. It was awful.
Chase, you are like that guy, the guy that just like worked at Abercrombie and Hollister.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of love it though.
Yeah,
it was cool back then.
It's embarrassing. It was cool. Yeah, it was cool.
It's not embarrassing. It's cool. It's cool. Because back in the day, like I feel like half the time I would walk in that store, and that was like maybe my sexual awakening, being like, whoa, like these boys are like so gorgeous. Again, like you said, 25-year-old men. And I think it was like a whole experience that back in the day, like that was the coolest thing going. Now we don't even have malls anymore.
No, there's no malls. The Bev Center is great. It's empty. It's like kind of nice. I can walk my dog. It's kind of nice in there. It is a ghost town. So
we're talking about Gossip Girl again.
Okay.
The audition process. I think it's fascinating to think about, like, you obviously don't get Friday Night Lights, and then you go for this. Like, what does that even entail? Like, how long was it? Did you even know what the show really was going to be? Like,
no, I had no idea. I mean, I, like a lot of kids, I grew up in the OC in high school and into my college.
The best show.
In my college year, it was the best show. Loved it. But it was weird. I went in there. It was like a process of like a six hoops to jump through. It was actually kind of a wild process, but I knew that Josh and Stephanie did the OC. They're phenomenal, and I knew it had this potential to be cool. And I'm like, they're definitely going to change the name. That name's never going to stick, you know. It's based on these books, whatever. But I went in, and then right away, if I remember correctly, I wore like my most New York-y jacket possible, like my preppiest, you know, whatever.
I'm obsessed.
And but at the same time, I was a little bit like, again, I'm like younger. I was a little like eye roll, like this is kind of not beneath me, but I wanted Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, I kind of went in there with like a very kind of blasé, like whatever, which probably worked in my favor, as those things kind of do. But they wanted to do like a test, you know, thing right away, which I thought, great. There's gonna be like one more audition or whatever. But then it was like back with producers, and then like producers and director, and then it was like it's different. It's all different now. Now it's all self tapes, and you just kind of put yourself out there,
right?
You know, but back then it was like. It was CW, so it was CBS and Warner Brothers. So you had to go to like the top of like the Warner Brothers building. And I remember one of the final, maybe fourth or fifth times, I like walk into this big, like 40-row conference room, you know. And I think I tested with a few actresses, a few girls for like Blair or whatever. And I remember thinking I'm like, God, that's a really great part. Like she's got some great chunks of dialogue. It's like funny. And, you know, no offense. They didn't really, I was like, I just don't really see it with these girls. And I got this big conference room, And there was this one girl kind of sitting with her back turned. I walked all the way around. I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And it was like Leighton turned around. And before she even said, I'm like, she's like so perfect. She was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." I was like, "That's the girl." So we both were like super nervous, and we had to like go in and test. It's silly. It was like a theater seating, dark room, one stool, like lights, and it was like you go in, and it's like the silliest scenes ever. You're doing like in front of like all these people. I'm like talking about like Nathaniel's Paxil and all this stupid stuff. And so anyway, so I did that. I was like, I don't know if it went well, and I guess I got the call that I got it. So.
That is, I love also how you just like knew Leighton. Also, she was so fucking perfect for that part. Like no one else could have.
She had the headband on in the audition. She flipped around. I'm like, and I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah, literally. You're like, I love you. And then America was like, I love you too.
Yeah.
Did you always know you were going in for Nate?
Yeah, always for Nate. Yeah, I think they switched around some of the roles, kind of like to play. I remember going in and reading with Blake and a few other guys. They were trying to fit the pen to the Dan role. So yeah.
I think it's just so fascinating because I've heard some people go in for someone and they get switched. But like when I think of Nate, your character like had a very different upbringing than like what you were used to. Like when you first started filming, could you relate to anything about this person?
No, like nothing. No, absolutely nothing. I had no idea. Like I didn't really know any Northeastern people. I had no idea. Like the whole thing, it was all new to me. Like,
did you have an
level
accent?
Of money. I had a subtle. I kind of lost it in California when I went to college for like 4 years. But like I get drunk, I have a little accent.
Yeah.
But I did think about that though. I'm like, how do these? What is that New York thing? What is that preppy thing? But,
Because you went to Pepperdine for 1 year.
I did. Yeah, for about a year and a half. Yeah, exactly.
Did your family think you were losing your mind that you dropped out?
Kind of. I mean, they like I kind of freaked out. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I kind of had a freak out moment, and just they were supportive. I graduated high school a bit younger. I was like 17, so they were like, "Take a year off, like do whatever." And of course, I found this acting class. I'm like, I want to be an actor. So but they were somehow supportive. They shockingly, because I didn't think they would be.
Right.
My dad being a doctor and whatnot. So
I was gonna say, because I remember Pepperdine when I was picking schools. I remember looking it up because I was like so fascinated with California. And I look up Pepperdine. I'm like, this looks like the most magical place on earth. Yeah. And then I was reading, and my mom was like, "Sweetie, you can't drink if you go to the school." Why am I bringing that up to you? I don't know.
Didn't know that, by the way, till I got there. What? I didn't know how strict it was. We got there. I'm like, guess I'm joining a fraternity, which I didn't necessarily want to do, but yeah.
That is like notoriously one of the strictest schools. Like you can't drink.
Oh yeah.
You can't have co-ed.
Past like 11 o'clock p.m. you can't have any girl in your room, vice versa. Yeah.
Did you do anything that like broke the rules your freshman year?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, quite a bit. Somehow. Yeah, we could have gotten a lot of trouble actually. I think we like skinny dipped in like the president's like pool or something crazy while he was not there, like something crazy. Yeah.
So you had a good time.
Story.
I love it.
We had a good time. Yeah.
They're not gonna invite you back. No,
that was like a one-time thing, but it was like we kind of like found like I met some really. Actually, 3 of my best friends, they ended up all being from Texas, and they were like from Austin, and one was from like Amarillo, Texas, and somehow we became like instant good friends. Yeah. So
it's so fascinating to think about you in college doing 1 year and then dropping out and going to Gossip Girl. Do you think that like anyone in your hometown was surprised to see that success, or was everyone like, "Oh,
guaranteed"?
It's Chase?
They were everyone was probably super left field surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
They had no clue you'd be doing that.
No, I never wanted to be an actor, and I also wasn't that guy. I wasn't like Johnny, like heartthrob on the TV show. I just wasn't. You know? I mean, I was a late bloomer. By the time I was 21, I kind of started to come more into my own, right? And have real confidence.
Did you have like random people reach out? I feel like all those people start kind of like crawling.
It does happen. Yeah. I mean, like you probably speak to that. Like, yeah, it's weird. Like certain things happen. People act weird around that kind of stuff.
You're like, wait a second. We did go to high school together and you never talked to me. Why are you texting me?
Yeah.
How do you actually have my number?
Yeah, there was that a little bit actually.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
When did it get like really big? After season 1, it kind of just popped, right?
I remember the fall of 2007, like right when it started airing, it became big, like
insane.
Right away. Yeah, it was really insane.
Do you have a moment that you remember that you were like, "Oh my God, my life has like forever changed"?
I don't really. I guess there wasn't that one moment. There was me and Ed Westwick, who played Chuck on the show.
Yes.
He was like an 18-year-old kid from like outside of London. He thought he was like Pete Doherty, right?
Love, obsessed.
And I'm from Texas. Like, I was just in college. Like, I didn't know how expensive New York is. It was insane. I'm like, my dad had to like give us the like security deposit and first month's and last month's rent until we got our first paycheck. It was like hilarious. So I'm like, Ed, you want to like room together? And like, this is crazy. Like this rent, I'm looking at this. He's like, oh yeah, sure, man. You know, he had no idea. And like first summer we like moving in July. I like probably just turned 21 or 22, and we were like at the summer series in Central Park. I don't know if you remember any of that, but they had like big concerts out there, and it was like the Black Keys, Arctic Monkeys. I might be dating myself, but it was awesome. It was awesome. Sun's out, beers. And the show hadn't even come out. We'd shot the pilot, but we just moved there, and we were having a blast. Just him and I just exploring the city. And these girls did come up to us, and it was kind of freaked us out a little bit because we didn't know. And he kind of looked at me, he was like, I think we're fucked, mate. He's like, show hasn't even come out yet, man. He's like, this whole thing. And that moment is pretty crystallized in my mind because it was all like the Black Keys were playing. It was just like,
you're just being like normal dudes, like sitting, chilling, and then it's like, hello.
That was the very first time I think anyone ever asked for any type of picture. So that was that. I do remember that as being like a defining, like, oh, interesting. That's a weird feeling.
As it like really started to pop off, like how did you initially handle that like fame and attention?
Not well, actually, not well. It kind of made me paranoid, to be honest.
Really?
Like slightly. I don't want to say it was like this terrible thing. It was
but I think
it was fun. It was fun, but like you said, people come out of the woodwork. Like people start acting weird around fame, and you start realizing all these things that you can only realize from that seat.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to act like it was this thing. It was, we had a blast. For me, it was all about having fun. Like I had so much fun, but it was, you just are always kind of like, you kind of aren't present all the time. Like you kind of just kind of like wary about people or phones, like a little bit, like not, you know.
I think that's okay to say, like, and I get what you're saying. Like that doesn't mean you're not so grateful for everything that came.
Right.
But it's like a very odd experience as a human being to be like, oh, all those people are staring at me right now and watching me, and they know who I am, and I have no idea who these people are.
They think they know you, right?
Yes. Like, and you're like, I'm not Nate Archibald. As much as you want me to be, I am not. My name's Chase. I'm from Texas.
Yeah. And New York's interesting because it's like you get all this influx of people and tourists, and you're not only you're that character in that city. So it's like Mickey Mouse in Disneyland. They all want to see, like, take a photo with like Mickey. So you feel like they just come up and hug you, and it's like you're in this costume.
Wait,
it's just
that's
kind of
so
funny.
Weird. Can we talk about that for a minute? Because I didn't even think about that. Most shows that are like, even movies, if they're like set in New York, spoiler, they're not fucking shot in New York. Most of them are shot in Canada.
Or Toronto.
Yes. And you guys actually were living, breathing, filming, shooting in New York City. The show was set in New York City. So like you're walking then to get breakfast and you're not working, but you're like walking wherever you're walking and someone sees you. Like, were people calling you Nate on the street?
All the time. That was it. That was always, it was always the character's name. Yeah. It was crazy. And also fun, but like it blurs the lines a lot, you know, and it was just weird. It was like really weird. Like if we were shooting exactly in Toronto, it's a different thing. But people are visiting New York, and it was its own character in the show, you know. And people are like, you know, fans of the show. And when they see you actually in that environment, it's like this whole like their mind is blown, you know. So it was a doubly interesting thing.
And it's also weird to be in New York City as you like. I think it's interesting because I just asked you at the beginning of this, like, oh, could you relate to anything? You're from Texas, this character, and you're like, no. And then all of a sudden you went from not being able to relate to anything about this character to like you almost were becoming a part of this character. It was getting
meta. Yeah, it was weird like that. Yeah.
You're like, I live in New York City. I am getting paparazzi'd. People want to know who I'm dating. And so I started off being like, I can't relate to this fucking kid at all. And now it's like.
Yeah. And I think it was like Perez Hilton or whatever the Gossip Girly thing was at that time was really, I always thought it was like funny stuff, but it was the same thing happening, you know what I mean? And I thought I wouldn't even like New York. I visited in like high school, and of course we went to all the touristy awful spots.
Awful.
And I was there for a month. I'm like, oh God, I love this
fucking
place.
Love it.
I fucking love this
place.
But
that's the thing about New York, don't you feel like when you visit New York, it's so overwhelming. You get sent to the touristy spots where you're like, Times Square, and it's like all the places that if you live there you would never go. Then when you live there you like find the pockets and you're like, this is the best place. This is the best place ever.
Yeah, we kind of had the keys to the city, and it's like your 20s in New York, as you know, it's just there's nothing better. So it was like it was so great.
So you're friends with Ed. You guys live together. Like, I'm obsessed that you guys were roommates. I didn't know that until I was like doing research for this, where I'm like, I didn't know you guys fucking live together. That's epic. Yeah. What was Ed's best and worst quality as a roommate?
Oh God.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by eBay. This is what you do when you have high standards and fancy all the fancy things, like a Dior saddlebag or that diamond tennis bracelet. You go to eBay. There you'll find new loves that will never disappoint, expertly authenticated, whether it's that vintage pearl necklace or brand new ruby earrings, a Prada crossbody bag, or classic watches like that Rolex Oyster or that Cartier tank. On eBay, there are no limits to your high standards. Yeah, eBay, the place for new, pre-loved vintage and rare fashion. eBay, things people love.
What was Ed's best and worst quality as a roommate?
Oh, God. He had a lot of bad ones, let me tell you that much. We lived in this little apartment. I think it was like they call it like a junior one, where there was like a real bedroom.
Right.
And then there was like an office you could put in a closed wall. No. And I was like, we'll just switch. Like, and I'll pay a little bit more. Of course, we never switched. And I'm glad we did, because Ed's room was like, it was like a lunch pail with like overflowing cigarettes. And like, I mean, you thought like the Joker lived there. It was insane. I'm not even kidding. I shouldn't be calling him out like this, but I love him to death.
I love it.
Right. He's 19. I'm 21. Like, and he was just messy. I'm a little OCD. I mean, I'm not OCD, but I'm like a little bit on that side of like, I need things put in the right places and stuff. So.
Oh, so he's literally like an ashtray walking around. You're like, clean up.
Just like shoving the stuff in his room and shoving the door. And like, and then it was like, and he's, at the time, like ripping cigs. I was like, stop that, So that was probably, I didn't like the cigs, but we had an absolute blast in that place. We had like a roof deck.
Yeah.
We have to go down the elevator and to the thing, but no one was ever up there on like 26th and 10th or 11th. And
26th and 10th. What is that? Like,
it was just like
it's not Midtown.
Chelsea, I guess, technically.
Chelsea.
Yeah. But it was kind of close to the water. I had this amazing view on this roof deck, and we just called it Roof Deck. And he would like invite a bunch of people. We'd bring a Bose speaker and some like, big bottle of vodka, whatever, and just like have like a party up there all the time.
Okay. First of all, to think about the two of you throwing a party on your roof deck.
Yeah.
What was the difference between Chase and Ed's parties versus Nate and Chuck's parties?
Not much, except the money involved. We didn't put much money behind ours. We weren't making quite that. I know I ended up being like the president of the world at the end of the show, but it was ridiculous. And he was owning hotel chains. But his was very much skewed more like British underground rock scene, and I had like the beers going, but they did turn out to be pretty like fun, kind of well-known parties. Like people would like show up from all over the place and like the city. I mean,
is it true that you lived in the same building as the Chainsmokers?
Oh, it's a great story. Yeah. No, next door actually, Jessica Zorro. I love to death. She's getting married in August, and I can't wait to see her. She played Vanessa on the show, and we'd all hang out. And then she'd be like, guys, and she lived in 555. We were like 535. So she was literally, we were next door. And she'd always be like, my roommate, this guy down the hall, Alex, plays.
What is this accent you're doing?
I'm trying to do a Wisconsin accent. It's terrible.
God.
It's terrible. It's
Wait,
really
is she
bad.
The one you have the dog with?
She's from Wisconsin. No. Oh
my God, I was like, this is too full circle.
No, we've all been like great friends.
This is your Wisconsin? Do that again.
No, she's like from Wisconsin. It's terrible. I can't do it.
Wisconsin.
Do it. She's like, guys, Alex, my friend Alex is playing.
Oh my God.
He's like a DJ, and then it's terrible. I'm
She's
not
literally gonna call you and be like,
well,
why did you act like I speak like that on that show?
I love her to death. She's the best. But she'd be like, yo, and it was like 3 a.m. I mean, New York goes very late.
Yes.
So we'd be out, and she'd be like, come back over. Like, we're going to go to Alex's house. Our apartment. It's not a house, like a little tiny apartment.
Yeah.
And it was Alex from Chainsmokers, and he just liked playing. He's the
him.
best. I still see him out and about, and we would just sit there and rip and just chop it up talking, and he's like DJing, playing music, and yeah.
What a small world. That's crazy to think that you guys as young guys, and because they weren't even formed yet, were they?
No, they weren't. Because
he hadn't met Drew yet.
Exactly. He hadn't met Drew yet. That's right. So I think there was someone else involved, but he hadn't met Drew, and our mutual friend with Jessica was this guy, Will Malnati. He's still my best friend. I met him through her, but he worked in nightclubs kind of or hospitality. And
right.
So Alex was like, hey, can you get me into these places, and he did. Will like hooked him up and got him into these like in these
Damn.
nightclubs to DJ and stuff like that. So
They're the best.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
They're
I had them
awesome.
on, and I was like,
That's right. You did have them on.
Yes. I won't ask if you and Ed have had a threesome together, but I did ask them that.
What'd they say? What was their answer?
Absolutely.
Of course
they literally go, which one? And we were like, I was like, what? And they're like, which time? And I was like, I don't know. Tell me about them all. Yeah. Alex at the time was like, stop, Drew. And Drew was like, okay. So the first time I'm like, oh my God. Okay, this is quite fun.
Yeah.
Who would you guys invite to these parties? Because at the time, were you like hanging out with industry people? Were you meeting like chicks at like NYU?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, so I don't know exactly who would we bring up there. We'd bring good friends, but then sometimes they'd get really out of hand, and it'd be like, like it'd be insane. I remember one time this is very like a early 2000s
Share
story
with the class,
but like we would have, it got a lot of hand, but the doorman loved us, and they would like kind of let us do anything. They would just say like, do this or that, don't do that. And so I think the doorman called me. He's like, yo, you got to come down. There's some commotion going on down here. And I'm like, what's going on? And I go down the elevator, and you could see like all the way down, and there was just floor to ceiling windows at the front of the building.
Right.
And I look, and it was like Lindsay Lohan and Sam Ronson. They were dating at the time. It's very 2000. We're like walking down, and there was just a wall of photographers in the window. And I was like, whoa.
You're like,
no.
We made it. Did they ever come up?
Of course they came up, and it was great. And I think we had met before kind of, and they're amazing. Like Sam's great.
I'm obsessed.
And I haven't seen them in ages, but like they came up, and it was like a very early 2000s.
These
like,
are the
okay.
details we needed, Chase.
Yeah, no, these are stories I haven't ever told. And then we like, raged up there. It was
Did
great.
Paris ever come to a party?
She did not, but I saw Paris recently, actually.
Really?
And I did at this like fancy, some Oscar thing, and she said, hey. I went up to her and said, hey, and I'm like, you remember the first time we ever met, right? And she was like, I think she said, I think so. And I was like, I was in college. I hadn't done anything yet acting wise, but I just moved to LA. My sister was in town with a buddy, and we were at like Teddy's, that nightclub back in the day, which was like the best. And I was like, you were so nice to us. You hung out with us and invited us to your birthday party. And we all went. And it was amazing. And she was like, no way. And I'm like, yes.
She's literally like, I don't remember this at all.
She doesn't remember any of it. I think she actually did. She's amazing. And so we always say what's up when I see her. But that was like my other, early 2000s story.
I'm obsessed because Paris is like the nicest fucking human.
The nicest.
When you meet her, you're like, oh my God, you're even better in person. Like, she's lovely. But I love how like for Paris, like, that probably meant like nothing at the time to her. She's like got Leo at her parties, and she's got everyone, and she's like, oh,
totally.
You can come. And meanwhile, you're like, my life is made.
Yeah,
like,
my sister was in like college. I was like barely out of college. I'm like,
are you fucking kidding me?
She invites us to her birthday, but she's being so nice. I'm like, yeah, we'll go. Like, it was great. Like at her house, it was a blast. Like it was really, really cool. Like
that is fucking epic.
2005 or 6, probably. Who knows?
Did any of your rooftop parties ever get shut down?
They never did, actually.
What?
They never did. There was no one really like the noise didn't travel because it was so.
That's you having it in with like the doorman.
yeah. But no one ever used it either. Like it was really wild. I don't know how we got
to have a rooftop.
Yeah.
And to have a one junior suite thing that's like a 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. That's a great little gig.
It's a great deal for me. I got the main room. So yeah.
Sorry, Ed.
Yeah.
Okay, what would he say your worst quality as a roommate is?
Oh, I don't know what he would say. What would he say my worst quality would be? Probably falling asleep so easily when he was like trying to tell a story, and we'd be watching like just like CDs of Entourage just playing, and he was like, look at that, and be like passed out. But like I don't know what my worst quality was. I'm a great roommate. I'll never have another roommate, so help me God.
I need to have Ed on now and watch him be like, come with a list. And he's
yeah.
Number 1. No, it seems like if you're the one that's like cleaner, like maybe he'd be like, he was annoying as shit. He was constantly cleaning my shit. Like, leave my shit alone.
Yeah, when I had to like move out, I think he was like heartbroken. I think he was a little bit mad at me, actually.
He had a built-in maid.
After like 2 years, I'm like, all right, buddy, like I need my own. We're successful. The show's going. We gotta like just. I love to
have our own place.
And he stayed in that place and like knocked the wall down and like made it his own.
He did?
Yeah, with like an axe. He like knocked his little wall down. It was very dramatic. Yeah.
Wait, were you like, are you insane that you're staying?
A little bit, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Like, bro, we got the paycheck. Like,
we got the thing. Yeah, it was like 2 years. We had 2 good years, right?
Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Have you ever hooking up with a co-star?
Oh God. That's such a night. You just did it so,
And then you go for the water so casually, acting like I'm going to forget what I just asked, hoping I'll go on to a next question.
Yeah. Listen, I would say those things are inevitable. When you're in your 20s, like, or whatever, could be for anything, like workplace. But the thing is, you're on these things. It's not like. People would probably think it's like these sexy scenes or whatever. It's like that's like the worst part of it. It's like 60 people watching. It's like the downtime. You're doing this show. You're on set for like 12, 14 hours a day. And usually there's some pretty interesting people from all walks of life. And the danger is if you connect right away with like sense of humor, at least for me, like if you have a good, if you like have a rapport and can like kind of banter and give each other shit.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, oh, I gotta like watch out.
Watch it.
For myself, because I'm gonna like start
liking them.
Yeah. Basically.
Well, and I bet it's like, yeah, that's a good point. You're spending so much time with these people that obviously the minute if you're like emotionally connecting with someone, that can be your person. Like while you're like sitting in between scenes, like you start to just get closer and then naturally. Okay, so you're gonna leave it to all of us to guess who it was.
I can't. I mean, listen, I've done like other shows and stuff, but yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, but like, I love how you had to take a pause, take a sip of water, and you got really centered with yourself, and then you like made eye contact with me, and you gave me the most perfect PR answer. Like, sometimes when things get heated and the emotions are there, it's inevitable. But we've all moved on. No, it's fine. It's fine. Did you ever know if co-stars at the time were like hooking up? And then you like kept their secret for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aww.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, there's a lot of like actors and people coming on to the show. Yeah. So they're like over the years.
Oh.
And then I was fortunate enough to have like friends in the city. There were actors, but they were outside the show, and I had a really good like friend group. And then like everyone else has their little friend group, and so. You meet people in that wider circle. It's not just like that tiny little like circle.
Everyone's like putting a map together.
So it's a lot of people involved. But again, it was like our college experience.
Yeah, exactly. So 1 year at Pepperdine, 3 years at Gossip Girl University. Can I ask though, if you weren't dating, let's say someone in your cast, what was your dating life like during Gossip Girl? Because now you're famous, people know you, you're in a city.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was. I mean, in the sense of like dating life, it was kind of non-existent. I didn't really like. I was never like doing I never like doing like the interview, like sit down, like go on dates. It was like I was meeting a lot of people out all the time, and it was very it was very much like meet people through your friends. Yeah, and like for me, I guess it was. I don't know. I guess it was experience based. Like you kind of do something, or you go off and meet people through a crazy experience. I would kind of connect with them, and then we would date. So.
And you're so young, like being 22, 23 in New York City, like at that point, I'm assuming you were not looking for a relationship. Like you're having fun, you're meeting people, you're hooking up, you're going to work, like you're starting to make your first real like paycheck, like fun.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and in high school, I kind of had like one girlfriend, and it was very like kind of that thing. And so I was kind of, wanted to
get
just
out there,
have fun. So
okay, how did you feel when we found out that Dan was fucking Gossip Girl?
I felt happy that it wasn't me. I was just really happy that it wasn't Nate, because then they told me they were thinking about. I'm like, why would it even be me? I'm like,
your character was like too like laissez-faire. Like you wouldn't have time to like get on your computer and type away.
No, yeah, he's in politics now. He's a senator now, right? Yeah, he's like 26-year-old senator. So
yeah. I kind of always thought of Nate as just kind of like go with the flow. Like, although I hate when you hooked up with that older woman. I didn't like that era.
That. Yeah.
I didn't love that. But I liked when you and Serena were together. Yeah. The white party, the kiss to make everyone jealous. Yeah.
You're a fan. I love it. Okay, it goes
you don't even
back.
want to know how much of a fan I am. When it ends, I think I've talked a lot about with people when they're actors of like, understandably, there's this fan base that is like, don't you fucking dare say you weren't sad to see it end. But most people are like, I got to move on with my fucking life. It's time to go. Like, how did you feel when it all was ending? Were you like, let's fucking go? Or tears? I
went through like a major depression. I feel like looking back, not really, but I I wasn't like prepared for it to end, I guess.
Right.
I thought I was, but it was more like New York. It's your family. It's like you wake up and even the drivers like you know what I mean? It's like the hair and makeup girls, like they're awesome. And that's your whole day. That's like your whole identity. Like, you know, it's like I was ready for it to be done. But, I mean, me and Ed would talk about it all the time. It's like, it's the greatest job we'll ever have. Cause it was easy. It was an easy thing. And it was fun. And we would laugh about that. But more, I was just mad. I guess I got to go back to L.A. and like, you know,
you're like, I really liked it. I liked it in New York.
I should have stayed for a little bit. Actually.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. I in hindsight with real estate, I should have just bought in a place and like kept it. Like, what was I thinking?
You should have gone back and gotten the place that Ed had been renting out and like bought a whole floor and renovated the whole thing.
Defumigated the whole thing. Yeah.
But you went back to L.A.
I went back to L.A. Yes, and had to, you know.
So talk to me about your state of depression. I can imagine it's like kind of an identity crisis, right?
It was. Yeah, it was an identity crisis.
Yeah.
It was just a weird thing. It didn't last very long, but it was like a few months of like, it was just a daunting thing of like, there's auditions now and like going back and and you're put in a box a little bit, you know what I mean? You're kind of the guy that did a CW show who looks a certain way. And it's definitely like, okay, I gotta find something to kind of break out of that. So there was that, yeah.
And I feel like also, I mean, wait, how long was Gossip Girl? How many years?
6 years. Yeah, 6 years.
That's like a long ass time to be in something. Like towards the end of the last year, you guys knew it was ending, right?
Yeah, we knew, yeah.
But you still have to start to. It doesn't probably feel real until it's over, and that's almost like a college experience plus more to be with people. And then like, do you keep in touch with anyone?
Kind of, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on text sometimes, and like you make loose plans, and then Penn texted me out of the blue the other day actually because he was shooting, I think, his final season of You in our old sound stages. So he was like texting me. We're kind of like catching up, and
that's sweet.
So I'll see Penn every now and again, and Leighton in town, and you know Blake's like I think in Westchester. We'll text sometimes actually, and I saw Ed in Europe recently, kind of.
That's awesome.
Briefly, so
that's awesome.
So yeah. But it wasn't like the material. I was really ready to move on to different material.
Yeah.
In a different role. But like New York, I guess I wasn't really ready to leave New York.
Do you think you'd ever go back?
I'm too old. I mean, I think the way to do it is to have one in both.
I know.
Fuck. Keep a place there at all?
I have thought about it, but it's weird because like you're right. You hit a certain point where like New York is so beautiful when you're in your 20s. And it's even when I look back, like I had this shitty ass apartment where there were like fucking rats, and I had had the Ed room where like my two roommates got to have like the normal rooms, and then there was like a built wall for me, and I'm like just putting a mattress in, I could barely fit, and it was some of the best years of my life.
Totally.
But now when I think about going back to New York, like I like a backyard and like being relaxed and like not having to like walk outside and get like hit in the head and like pushed to the ground and like screaming people. I'm like, I like to go for a trip and then get the fuck out.
Totally. Yes.
You know?
And the winters are kind of brutal, right? I like my car. I like to go to the grocery store with my dog and like cook and have space. And
the dog.
Spoiled with the sun now too.
The ex-girlfriend with the dog. Still not over that. Let's talk about your love life.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by T-Mobile. When it's time for a big, juicy gossip session with one of my friends, I need a reliable way to get all the tea. And by tea, I mean T-Mobile, okay? Having more 5G coverage means getting 5G signal more often. And as someone who is constantly on the go, it is so nice to have a reliable network that I can count on. Being a T-Mobile customer also means that I have access to a ton of perks like concert tickets, skipping lines at events, and free in-flight Wi-Fi so I can keep posting from the sky. That free in-flight Wi-Fi has been key lately because we are trying to find my best friend Lauren a man on every flight we take, and I have to keep the Daddy Gang updated live with our progress. T-Mobile also has VIP Club Magenta lounges that offer free drinks for T-Mobile customers, and you guys know I can't say no to a free dirty martini. So, Daddy Gang, kick your old carrier to the curb. It is time to block their number. Then go and hit up T-Mobile when you're ready to really be taken care of. Check out the VIP treatment at tmobile.com/benefits.
Let's talk about your love life.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
No, it's a dumpster fire, Alex.
No.
It's all dumpster fire.
What's going on? What is your type?
2024. No. Times are tough out there.
It is fucking tough. It is tough. Yeah. Okay, what's going on? You're very single? Are you going on any dates? What are we doing?
I joined Raya like a week ago.
How's it going?
Terribly. It's
really
teasing.
No, it's scary.
I
only say that because you're like, am I gonna get kicked off?
I actually enjoy it. Oh really? Like you kicked me out?
No.
No, I actually enjoy it because like everyone told me not to do it, and so I think I had a few drinks, and like one night I was like, I'm doing it, and I just did it. I'm like, this is great. I haven't been on one date. No, don't get me wrong. I'm like haven't engaged at all. I'm a total I'm creeper face.
Right.
Like figuring this thing out. Like, what is this thing?
It's intimidating.
Have you done it? Any of the apps?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, right.
I was on Raya. But the problem for like a lot of, I feel like the women is like the guys are very, I don't know, like a lot of them are DJs.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm not looking for like, I wasn't looking for a spin the beats guy.
Right.
A lot of them like lived in Australia, or it would be like UK. And I'm like, can I set my settings closer? Like, I don't want to go on my first date across the fucking world.
Yes.
So it was a little bit of like a proximity thing, a little bit of like a intimidation thing too, because like the other dating apps is like, oh, this is like a nice normal person. This is like, who are you? And like, what do you do for a living? And like everyone's net worth it. And you're like, it's overwhelming.
Yes.
So I could see why you like have a hard time getting off the app for that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely weird. And I definitely have no expectation. I'm not like, I don't even know really what I want. I'm just trying to, it's just like another avenue to maybe meet somebody. Okay. Right. But yeah, the only connection I've had is like, oh, cool. Oh, Indonesia. Like, wow. Yeah. Okay, great. We're going to go to Bali. Never. Okay. Weird. No,
I remember there was this one guy that I like randomly matched with, and I think he was on like, he was on, what was it called? Oh, Vampire Diaries. And I remember being like, I'm a big fan of Vampire Diaries. And so I'm like, oh, and it's like, he's shooting in Toronto. And I was like, well, I live in New York City. And like, but you're still like, am I getting on a plane to see this man?
Yes, no.
Yes, no. You're like, yeah, no.
Maybe, but yeah, barrier to entry.
I'm like, you ever in New York? He's like, you ever in Toronto? I'm like, no, unmatched. Bye. But I'll watch next season.
Yeah, great talking to you.
It sucks. It sucks. You're going to figure it out. I know you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a romantic?
I do a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what would you consider romantic?
I think someone that like, when you're in a relationship, you're like very, like you like to set it up for this like very romantic setting of like, you're not just like walking through the process. It's like candles and roses, and you want to like make time together, and you're very like, I don't know, sweet and cute. And
I think
just say yes. So anyone watching
I'm not
like,
I like to cook, so I do like to cook for
that's romantic
for girls. I like to, and I'm a homebody, so I like to when I'm in it, I really do like to focus and like do the thing and like be very thoughtful. I feel like I'm a thoughtful person, so yeah.
How are your first dates? Are you good at first dates? Bad at first dates?
I feel like I'm okay. I mean, everyone, they're awful though, right? But it's like you have generally met people through friends of friends or through kind of indirect ways.
Yep.
So the first dates are always like interview process, campaigning. You know what I mean? So, but when you know, kind of like right away, I can still get through a first date. That's like you don't, it's like okay, we're gonna be friends maybe. But
that's a good point. I feel like first dates, you know that you like the person if it feels less like an interview and you're like, oh, we're making like headway. Like no first date is going to be like, this is like the fucking best thing ever. Like I would hope there's room to grow and get better. But some first dates you're like 10 minutes in and I'm like, I gotta fucking go.
Yeah. And then it becomes, I've definitely been awkward on first dates.
Do you just say the whole time?
Yeah, you can't. What are you gonna do? Ghost out the back? And like, oh, I left my keys, and then kind of like,
no, that would be fucked. And then someone would like write online about you being like, he's the biggest fucking douche. Like, what the fuck?
If people do that though, I've had friend buddies that like girls just have done that. Yeah.
Well, because a part of it is like you could be respectful and be like, I know this is not right. Let's just like not waste each other's time. But some people would be like, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then you're like, I don't want to be a dick.
Yeah.
Have you been in love before?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, how many times?
That's a good question. Probably at least two.
Mm-hmm.
At least two.
Because have you had those where you're like, was that love or it was love in the moment, but now that I've grown up, maybe you like redefine it a little bit?
Right. One was pretty instantaneous, and then another one was
over time.
So I've kind of experienced both, and I don't really subscribe to the idea that there's like one soulmate for you. I think there's a handful maybe, however you want to, but it's definitely once in a blue moon that you meet. Very rarely you're going to meet someone that you really connect with, and what you do with that, you know, is a timing thing, and then maybe, you know, it can work out or it doesn't. But we all have those things that might not have closure, you know what I mean? And that's okay. You don't have to have like closure, but there's those open-ended things you're thinking like, maybe if I'd been more evolved, or like I'd been like 5 years older or in a different place in my life. There's a few times where I definitely not regret, but I'm like, oh, I wish I'd been in a different place in my life.
That is interesting. Where you like, oh, that's such a good point. Where you like look back at it and you recognize who you were compared to who you are in the reflection stage, where you're like, oh my God, imagine how different I would have been even if I was me in that relationship now. Right. We probably would have been fucking prospering and happy.
Amazing.
And all,
yeah, I could have had it all. Right? Yeah. It's like Peaky Blinders. No. But yeah, I've like been, and I'm like, God, I was such a head case back then. Why couldn't I have like just like not been an asshole? You know,
like
when I was
ways?
dealing with my
what
own
ways?
stuff. Like I was just, you know, whatever you want to call it, mental health stuff. It was just like I was in a bad place and not dealing with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like just avoiding.
Oh, everything. And that's a really interesting topic because that means you're growing, obviously.
Right.
But I think that when you have your own shit going on, there's no fucking way that you can be like 100% present for a partner. That's hard to do even when you're in a fucking healthy relationship.
Of course. Exactly.
Right?
Like when I moved back from New York and I was in that kind of funk, I met a girl who was like incredible and went on to be very successful. But
is that the one with the dog?
No.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is the one with the dog?
It's a girl I worked with on a it was a bad TV show, but it was like in 2015 maybe or something like that. So we're still good friends. She's great. She's a very great
Shout
person.
out.
Yeah. And but we both travel, so we both have to deal with the dog. I'm defending myself.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just fascinated. Like, oh, how would that work?
It works. No? It can work. I'm telling you. Oh,
but
man.
So you kind of fell for a girl after that like weird moment, and then it just didn't work because you weren't in a good headspace.
I just wasn't in a good space, and I just kind of let it slide. I let it kind of float away, and she was like would be in town and reaching out, and we kind of had it, you know, hooked out, had a thing in New York when we were both there, and then yeah, I think about some of those things. Like if I just been in a different, you can't help that though. You get what you get, and it's a timing thing, and it's just life. But I do think about those,
of course,
kind of missed moments from time to time.
But I think it also allows you like into going into this next chapter of like whoever you're gonna find, like that allows you then to like reflect and be like, I know I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be more present, and like whatever you know you fucked up on, then you take that and like move on.
No, totally, yes.
How long has been your like longest relationship?
About 3-4 years,
okay.
Probably. Yeah.
What are the top like 3 qualities right now that you would be saying you're like looking in for a partner? We can put this on your Raya profile too. Like just clip this and put this in your Raya.
It's very sparse. My Raya profile. I think every photo is cut off. Like I'm like eyeball. No. Like I'm not screwing with it. I don't even care.
Jeez.
I'm like whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. Just like picture of dog, half face.
It's out there in the world. It is. No, it is. It's half my dog's face and half my face in one shot. Yeah. It's great.
Right, because you're hoping they like won't fully notice you, and then they just click. So like the dog is nice or something, and it's not like I get it.
It's not a signed headshot or anything.
Right.
But you know, no, I things I look for. I guess for me, I am a closet reader and like kind of nerd. I do like to be able to have like kind of in-depth conversation. Yeah. Sense of humor is kind of a big one for me. Like, and that's kind of an umbrella thing, right? That if they have that wit and you kind of have that back and forth and that weird connection, you know, where you can make each other laugh. Yeah. And that's an umbrella like personality, wit, intelligence thing. It's like if that's kind of the number one thing. Yeah. You know?
Do you care if they're in the industry?
I'd prefer not, actually. At this stage in my life.
I get it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I think that's part of the reason I was like I saw my buddies on dates with these like med students and neuroscientists. I'm like, where's it? Yeah, they're like Raya. I'm like, okay, you know. So there really are. I've seen so far. I'm like a weekend. Right. There are other people that do other things, and I'm like trying to. It's such a bubble out here. You know what I mean? So it's
a lot. You're weird. Like, I want that doctor, that nurse, the dentist. Yeah. What about a therapist?
Yeah, probably yes. Oh. I would love it. Yeah, I see psychotherapists on there sometimes. Right. Oh, I'm like,
there
perfect.
You go.
Could save some money, yes. Could switch therapists right now.
Right now to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
What's a deal breaker for you?
Deal breaker. Oh man. Bad tats? I don't know.
Bad tats.
Yeah.
Like how bad? Like what have you seen that you haven't liked?
I don't know. That's a stupid one. Because I really don't care about that. Actually.
I'm obsessed.
I mean, maybe like a neck tat's probably like a deal breaker. I guess a neck tat or like
you're not loving the neck tats. Have you gone on a date recently?
I haven't. That's the thing. It's actually never happened.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
He's like picturing her face, and he's like, just if there's a neck tat. Okay, no neck tats.
But tattoos are so ubiquitous. But they're not bad. But
it's okay. A neck tat. We're moving on.
Punctuality too. Okay, that's really switching gears.
You are really on time. You were early.
I'm like a little bit early, embarrassingly.
Yeah, you were like at the door, like
hi, ready to go. It's like an anxiety thing. I like if I'm running late, it's over. I can't.
I hate being late
down,
too. Yeah. Oh, I've had people so fucking late for the show, so I appreciate that you're early. I'm like, let's get it going.
Yeah,
so thank you,
no,
thank you. Have you ever been cheated on?
Once, kind of, not really. I think so. We had like plans, like holiday plans, and like moving into the next phase of the relationship, and she abruptly broke up with me, and then I found out that it was like there was like an opportunity for someone like a famous person, a really famous person, like Uber, and then she thought that they were gonna date, and that didn't happen.
You're like,
but that was the only closest thing, to that. That sucked.
Oh, that's sad. But then it like
I have perspective. It was like I have perspective on that, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, and I think it also tells you something about that person.
Totally, no, it actually helped. It actually like kind of helps.
We're like, oh, you were basically with me.
I was like, ooh, I didn't see that coming. Like, that's a very interesting thing to know. So.
But that can hurt if she goes from like you to Brad. You're like,
yeah. You're
like, I get it, but it also indicates like what you're looking for.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Have you ever gone through a partner's phone?
I have not. No, I'm actually I have like almost the opposite of trust. I'm almost like too trusting of people. Yeah, I'm like, just go do your own thing. Like, I need my own space. I'm great. Like,
she's like fully cheating on you.
Girls' night, go to Mexico. Yeah. Go have fun. Yeah.
Have you ever walked in on someone going through your phone?
Someone did go through my phone once. It was bad.
Did you walk in on them going through it, or you found out?
No, I woke up in the middle of the night to them freaking out.
No.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're going to listen, okay.
We love this on Color Daddy.
If you're going to go through anybody's phone, you're going to find something that you don't like.
Totally. Even like a text with their mother.
Like. Yeah. You're going to find something you don't like. So, and I will say there was nothing bad. I wasn't cheating or anything. But it was not fun. And I was felt violated, but you can't it's like a weird thing.
Oh my God. And in the middle of the night, that like the ambush of like, wake up. And you're like,
yeah. It was so stressful.
You're like, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what's happening? And at first you're like, someone's coming into the room. There's someone in the house. Like, what's happening? And they're like, I had your phone.
Oh, I'm like, oh God. I'm like, what? And then the first thing I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Right. Like, what did you read?
I really don't think I have anything weird in there, but yeah, it was a moment for sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Did you stay with the person?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we worked it out. Yeah.
How long? How much longer did that last?
Another year.
Okay.
And a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another year and a half.
Did you hear about that incident a lot?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't. But I got dragged to couples therapy, so that was
no,
which I actually loved. I thought
you did.
I didn't like. I didn't love it, but I thought it was a good. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I think
it's great.
Very afraid of that. I've always been open to therapy. I do it now.
Yeah.
And I think it's like going to the gym, right? It's like you go to the gym for a certain thing. It's a very specific thing. People make it this like there's a stigma behind it. There's no stigma.
No relationship is perfect, and I actually had a couples therapist on the other week, and she was just talking to me about like it's so weird that now we've like normalized therapy, but couples therapy,
yeah,
it's like what's wrong with you? And I'm like, who doesn't fight in a relationship? Who doesn't have problems? Who doesn't like no relationship is perfect? So it's almost like I commend the people that are honest about it. Like I had said, like I went to couples therapy, and it was like the best thing for my partner and I, where I was like,
yes,
I feel so much more aware of where he's coming from because you have a person in the room that like is so unbiased.
Neutral moderator. And it's like this time you can air out those things safely.
Yeah.
And it's just about being a fucking adult. Like you learn how to be an adult, like at least for me in this relationship. And I was like, okay. And it was a very nice, and when you're doing it, it's like going to the dentist kind of, you don't want to do it, but it's, it's like you do it. And it was a really great thing. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your show. Obviously, we're talking about Gossip Girl. I apologize. But obviously, we just had to get through the OG shit.
Right.
Your show, I'm obsessed with the fact that you went from a man who was dressing like this like Upper East Sider, this like kid with a trust fund to a superhero. Yeah. Are you loving it? Like being in the one costume the whole time? Because I feel like a whole part of Gossip Girl was your outfits, obviously.
Right,
And now obviously I'm looking at you in the same outfit every scene. I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Obviously, if people haven't watched it, The Boys, this is season 4.
Season 4 of The Boys, coming out.
Tell me about it.
It's great. It's the most fun I've ever had doing anything, really. I mean, not like, just like work-wise, like the character, it's a comedy. It's so much fun.
Right.
We're making fun of like the privileged, male asshole. You know what I mean? Like that guy. The costume's great because I never have any fittings. I don't have to come in and do extra fittings. So it's like nice. One little thing. Costume's a little bit of pain in the ass, but it's okay. But it's great. Yeah, the show's awesome. So
what happened with the whole
dick thing?
Penis. What happened with the whole penis situation?
I didn't even think about that until you started doing it. I'm like, I know exactly. I forgot about that.
How do we?
There's a story there.
Tell everyone the story.
Which is really funny because it was great press for the show when it first came out because no one knew if the show was going to work. But also the creator was like, never tell anyone. That was never tell anyone the real story. That was you.
You're like, really?
I'm like, yeah, it was me. No, but this calendar came out, right? This calendar came out of me and the character, and there was this massive rocket in the suit. And they made this calendar, and it was really funny and very in character, too. But no one knew it's a satire of a show. Right? Yeah. No, people are seeing this like, what is this? Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg produce it. They're amazing. And they thought it would be really funny in the Genesis. We hadn't even filmed anything. When we were doing the suits, that what if the Deep just had like a raging erection in like a third of the scenes? So, I thought it was brilliant. I'm like, that's fucking great.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. So then the fittings I started showing up when they had a box. The character's name's the Deep. They had a box called Little Deeps, and it was like all these different foam like pieces, all different types.
I'm obsessed.
Settled on one. I'm walking around. Oh no! First we did. So that's what happened. We did all these like screen test camera shoots, photo shoots with this thing in it. So we hadn't actually shot. Amazon hasn't really even seen anything.
Oh my god!
My first day on set, it's like a big in Toronto, big stage. I'm in front of like 2,000 people, and I come out. I'm like introducing Erin Moriarty's character, and everyone just starts laughing because it's so funny. The light, you can really see this.
Were you at all like anxious about it, or you thought it was hilarious?
I thought it was hilarious. I wasn't anxious about. I kind of thought though, I'm like, guys, we got to remove it sometimes, right? It can't be like in there forever. It looks ridiculous. It's so obvious.
It's so funny. It's
so funny. And so I'm like, and literally, Amazon gave us no notes. They let us do whatever. The only first note was like, you got to take that thing out of Deep's pants. You got to take that thing out. So they actually spent so much money frame by frame editing out that scene just in that area for that scene in the pilot, the first episode. Everyone forgot that we did all these. So whoever thought in the PR thought it'd be funny to make a calendar out of it was genius. But
I'm obsessed.
But the calendar came out, and then people didn't know they had no idea what that was.
I mean, you're right. It was great PR because like everyone was talking about it. It was like, oh my god, look at this penis. Like, what is happening with this like big schlong? Like,
kind of looks real. I mean, it looks very real. You never think it would be like a fake,
absolutely
boner calendar. I mean, it was great.
So you're loving it. You're having a good time.
Loving it. Yeah, still loving it. So,
what was that audition process like?
It was complete opposite of Gossip Girl. It was like Christmas time. They were like, we gotta cast the superheroes, and the superheroes are the bad guys for no one's watched the show. It's like the satire because they said they had to make the suits anyway. I'm like, there's no way that they're not gonna like bring people back in the new year. Like it's dead zone is December. Like even like Thanksgiving through. Oh my god, do I really gotta go in for this audition? I loved the material. I'm like, this is amazing. Get there, it's complete opposite. I'm like very annoyed. I'm like last.
Right, you like don't think you're getting it.
There's a ton of actors in there. Well, it's just like it's like a lot of actors at audition, and they audition everyone, no matter who you were. But I went in there and felt really good about the audition. I felt I had the creator laughing, and the scenes were funny. Kind of felt like I nailed it. And then they're like, "Oh, we want to test him or whatever." Like the day after. And I'm like, perfect, great. So we'll go back in for like round 3, 4, 5, like in the new year. And she's like, no, they're just going to use that tape you just did. And I was like, well, do I need to do it better? Like, can I make some changes? Right. And I got nervous because I'm like, they're like, no, they're just going to play it in front of all the Amazon Sony people. And I'm like, that's how it works these days? And I'm like, I have been out of the game.
Right. Fuck.
But they, and that's what happened. It was like very quick. They kind of did the deal and they did it. It was between me and I think some other person. And then I had the job like before Christmas. I was like, wow, this is awesome. I don't have to go through like a month of like pulling my hair out.
Right. Like it was one and done.
Yeah. Because then the longer you go, the more you want the job if you like it. You're like, I want this thing. And I'm like used to completely in my head of waking up like, what if I get this job? So yeah, it was a very quick, like week-long process. And that was
it's fun to see you obviously like back on screen. And I feel like your character is like quite hilarious. Like it's so funny to see you in such a different light, obviously because of like the Gossip Girl OGs that like will follow you to whatever you do. Right. It's such a departure from that I kind of love that though. Because I think you needed to do that.
I needed to do that. Yeah. Right? I think I still need to do it even more, but I liked it. It was a complete shake up and a complete, it's a kind of dark comedy, does some weird stuff in the first episode, but it's like very dark and they give us an opportunity to show some range. So it's like comedy and some weird like insecurity there, and like it's good to show that color. So
what are you doing this summer?
I'm not, I'm going to Tahoe with the family and like in July is around my birthday. I do like a 4th of July in Idaho with some friends up there at this place Gaza or whatever, and then Tahoe, and then got no Italy plans. Got no Italy trip this year.
Me either. I think it's okay.
It's okay.
I think it's like a little.
It's okay.
We're over it.
It's a lot.
We're over it.
It's a lot.
We're no, you guys go do your thing. We'll be here. No, I think Italy is amazing. I think like the vibe is to not go in the summer.
I think so too. I think so too. It's like earlier or like late season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably not as expensive, but there's also not as many people there. Like,
right.
We're convincing ourselves why it's good that we're not in like Capri. We're like, it's fine. We're going to Tahoe. Okay. Okay. So you're going on some trips. Wait, I didn't realize your sister's married to Tony Romo.
She is. Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's great. He's awesome. We grew up big Cowboys fans. So that was like a good.
Oh my God. Really did your parents fucking love that?
Oh, they love it. Yeah. They love it. And so he's the one playing in the Tahoe golf tournament with some friends.
Fun.
And so it's this whole like it's like my dad, for him it's like better than Christmas. He loves that little Tahoe trip. So yeah. We go down there and hang out with the family.
I am so happy that you came on. I think you're such a great cool guy. I really had no idea what to expect, if I'm honest. Like I was like, is he going to be a little stiff? Like is he gonna, because I've never really seen you do that many interviews.
Right.
You don't do much.
I guess I don't. No, and not like in a cool, great format, conversational. You're the best. Yeah. No, this is great. I was really excited about.
Did you have fun?
I had a blast. Chill. I wish they were all like this, Alex. So
thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you for coming on. This was so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, Daddy Gang, I'm about to make you a little cocktail with 2 of my favorite ingredients, Patron 100% additive-free tequila. We're doing Reposado, and then Unwell Hydration. They all make for incredible mixers, but today, we're using orange hibiscus. Let's go. So first we're gonna start with an orange. I am going to cut a slice and we are going to put it at the bottom of the drink so we can get even more of these natural flavors into le drink. Now, Alex, let's think to ourselves why you don't cook or you never really enter the kitchen. This isn't gonna work. Let me do that again. Let me cut a little bit of a smaller piece. One sec. Honestly, it feels right that I get to finally have my Kendall Jenner moment. I slice my entire hand off. Okay, so I'm gonna put this at the bottom of my cup. I'm just going to kind of push out the natural flavors, you guys, okay? Because if I'm making you a cocktail, I'm going in. I'm putting the grit in there. I'm gonna take the peel out, leave a little bit of the juice and the remnants. Let's have a taste. Yeah, it's delicious. One day I'll be a soccer mom bringing the orange slice. Boy, is it so good. Oh, here we go. This is a better slice. Okay, anyways, next, ice. I love a cold cocktail. Here's the thing, I was a bartender, but I never
weirdly ended up hooking up with the bartender. I did hook up with the boss, but that's for another time. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 ounces of Patron Reposado. We're gonna pour this into our cup here. Gorgeous. And then we are going to add orange hibiscus. Matt and I have been drinking this drink kind of every time before we go out on like a weekend. Ladies, if you are getting ready and you're going on a first date and you need a good cocktail, this is the go-to. If you're coming home from a date and you're crying your eyes out, this is the cocktail for you. I'm gonna make it gorgeous, girls. Oh, would you just look at that? A cocktail, a stiffy. Oh my God, that looks so cute. This has been my go-to on date nights before I go out. We're making this up. I'm drinking it by the pool. It's about to be summer. Whether you're going on date nights or you're going out with your girls, this is the perfect cocktail. I personally love Reposado. Obviously, you can switch it up. Patron has Reposado, they have Añejo, they have Blanco, but I'm kind of a Reposado girl, so look how cute. And it's literally so easy. It's only 2 ingredients. You also don't need to go get a real orange. This does the trick, ladies. Here's the thing, whenever I come home from work, I'm constantly wanting just like a nice little nightcap. And I feel like drinking with Unwell Hydration, I wake up in the morning and I'm ready for my 8 a.m. meeting. Nothing can take me down. Gorgeous. So Daddy Gang, thank you so much for making this cocktail with Patron and me. Cheers. Matt's gonna go home and be like, thanks, babe. I'm actually so excited because Matt's about to be home and he's gonna be like, did you do this for me? I'm like, no, it's actually for the Daddy Gang, but like, yeah, we'll just pretend that I'm being like the sweetest wife, being like, babe, you're home. I made you a cocktail. I'll make him another one. Come on. The perfect way to enjoy Patron is responsibly. Copyright 2025, imported by the Patron Spirits Company, Coral Gables, Florida Tequila, 40% ABV.